In this video, I'm going to cover creating sharp corner fills using a 3D engraved cleaning pass. So to start, I'm going to zoom in on these three rectangles I have here and select the first one labeled smooth. I'm going to be using the island fill for this, so I'm going to open the island toolpath type, and then I'm going to select a template I've created for this named Island Smooth. This is a really simple island fill. It has a 1/4 inch end mill at a depth of 1/4 inch, and apply it. So I get a pretty standard island fill, fills in all the gaps. If I go to View, I can toggle the toolpath width on, or I can select F9. This allows me to visualize the path the tool is going to take. And you'll notice the tool radius remains in all the corners because the 1/4 inch tool is just following the contours like I asked it to. So we can change this by going back to the toolpath tab and select this first rectangle labeled sharp. Open the island toolpath type again, and this time select the island sharp template that I've created. Now in this case, what I've done is I've added two additional tools. An 1/8 inch end mill that I'm using as the fine tool, also at a depth of 1/4 inch. And then I've added a 90-degree V-bit that is my cleaning tool. And most importantly, if I go up to the top here, I have my tabs for all of these actions. Select 90-degree V-bit cleaning pass, and I've enabled the 3D clean option. This is going to create the sharp corners. So when I apply this, you can see that the tool paths are very different, mainly because of this 3D cleaning pass. So if I zoom in here, the 1/4 inch island has been offset to the inside of the contour, which allows then for this green pass, so that's the cleaning pass, to go around the outside. And then this path up here into the corner, that's what allows the tool to follow the corner up to the sharp point and create that sharp corner. The pink here represents the fine tool, that 1/8 inch tool. That's just going to remove a little bit more material from that tool radius. So similarly, if I go to the View tab and turn on toolpath width, I get a representation of that shows the original island fill in blue. There's the fine pass in pink that's removing just a little bit more material, and then the green is the clean to create those sharp corners. And if I select all the letters, go to Manufacture, Simulate 3D, and get a visualization of this. So here you have my original smooth corner. That's just a straight walled fill, got a rounded corner there in the edge. And then with the sharp corner applied, now I get this 3D engrave where the tool has moved up into the corner here to create these sharp corners on the rectangle. And the one thing you'll notice, I'm using a fine tool, the 1/8 inch tool, to remove a little bit more of that tool radius, but there's still just a little bit left in these corners that the 1/8 inch tool can't quite reach. So I'm going to close out of this, and that's why I've created this third option. It's just an alternate way to do this. So select the sharp rectangle again, open my island toolpath, and I'm going to select Island Sharp 2. It's just an alternative sharp corner fill. What I've done this time is I've used an engraving type tool. And the difference with an engraving type tool is it has a tool width. This allows it to operate both as a fine tool and a clean tool, where it can decrease that tool radius in the corner, and it can provide a 3D engrave around the edge. And again, going to the cleaning pass, I've enabled 3D clean, and that's what creates the sharp corners. Click apply. The toolpaths are just slightly different this time. If I look in the corners, I still have the fine tool. Because I have a much finer point on that fine tool, it has a much finer pattern and can remove quite a bit more material to make sure I have a completely machined corner. So zoom out a little bit, select everything. Let's simulate that. Fast forward. That just gets to the end of the simulation the fastest. So comparing these two, you can see here there's just a little bit of a remnant left in the corner that I don't want, and this eliminates that. See, there's no remaining material left in this corner. So depending on the material, the surface finish you're going for, both of these work. I've used both, and it just depends on what the final result I want to achieve. So close out of that. And just for demonstration purposes, I'm going to apply this to the Ibex logo. And I can access these templates again from the quick drop down. That way I don't have to get back into the interface every time and apply Island Sharp 2. Now let's zoom in here. See, same thing. I've got the fine tool, clearing out all that material, 3D clean. Let's go ahead and simulate that. Nice sharp corners. This is a design that really benefits from the sharp corners, since especially with this X element here, there are sharp corners at every single corner. Using the sharp corner engrave really improves the effect on this design. That's it for sharp corner fills using 3D engraved cleaning passes.